Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're well. Today's video I am doing my top 5 favourite Elphabas from the musical Wicked. As I said in my previous Glinda 5 favourites video, I've seen Wicked a lot of times and I have seen a lot of Elphabas and Glindas. I think I've seen more Glindas than Elphabas, but I have enough here to make a top 5, so I thought why not, because everyone likes to discuss their favourite Glinda and Elphaba pairings, don't they? At number 5, Rachael Tucker. The girl is amazing, I get that. There is a lot of fan hype around Rachael, and I do think she is a stunning Elphaba with an amazing voice to boot, but she's not my favourite, obviously, that's why she's at number 5. But yeah, perfect portrayal, like, you got a pretty solid performance every time you went. I only saw her a couple of times, but I enjoyed her performance, but there's nothing really memorable for me about her. Sorry, Rachel, if you watch this. At number 4, my 4th favourite Elphaba would be Sabrina Carter. I was very lucky the day I got to see Sabrina. She was understudying for Elphaba that day, and she had her cover Fiero on as well, Gregor Stewart, and the pair of them were just amazing together. Like, I think doing cover rehearsals, they obviously had a chance to build up a chemistry, and it really worked on stage. And her I'm Not That Girl was amazing. Like, traditionally I think Elphabas are supposed to sing low, but I think she was one of the first few Elphabas to actually sing high on the last note, where it goes, I'm not that girl, and she'd go, I'm not that girl. Everyone credits Rachael with it, but I'm pretty sure it was Sabrina, because I may have things where I can play back and hear that. But yeah, she was just really sweet. I think I got to see her with Diane, and it was such, I think it wasn't her first performance, but she seemed a little bit unsure of herself, and like you could tell Diane was sort of helping her along a little bit, at times just being like a very supportive friend, like Glinda and Elphaba are in the show at certain points. And yeah, I just loved her interactions with the other cast members, and her voice is wonderful, it really is. Number 3, I've got Kerry Ellis. Again, Kerry Ellis has the most amazing voice. She can blow the roof of the Apollo Victoria, and she did for so many years. Acting choices a little bit met at times, but again, there were many performances I went to, like with Sarah Earnshaw, who I also saw with Kerry a lot, and they just seemed to be having a laugh on stage, which made me really warm to her character as well as through the natural story arc of the show. She just had a really, I love the angry side to her when she's kicking off at the wizard and that. It was always fun to watch that. And her relationships with her Glindas, like her and Sarah Earnshaw, were my favourite Glinda and Elphaba pairing, undoubtedly, because the pair of them were just spot on. Now, my top 1 and top 2 Glindas were very hard to pick, but I've had, like, to decide between the pair of them, I just felt torn, like I couldn't decide. But unfortunately, so at number 2, my 2nd favourite Elphaba of all time so far is Wilhelmine the Kike. Again, I saw her last week. And I can see why she's possibly thought of as the most successful, brilliant Elphaba in the world. I mean, she has played it on Broadway and in Germany and in the Netherlands, and now she's playing it in London for a 2nd time. She's incredible. Like, her accent threw me a little bit at times, because sometimes it was American, sometimes it was, you could tell it was her native Dutch. Is she Dutch? I think so. And then like London. But she was just incredible. Like, I was sat there going, oh my god. And at the end of Defying Gravity, and especially her No Good Deed, whoa. Like, if you've seen her, you know what I mean. She just has this terrific stage presence as Elphaba. She is Elphaba. And yeah, she just worked so well with Susie, like the pair of them. You wouldn't think they'd only been together since January, Like, you feel like you've been watching them play these roles for ages. So you're all dying to know who my favourite ultimate Elphaba is, and I can tell you at number 1, it's Alexia Kadim. Now, when I say Alexia Kadim, I actually mean Alexia Kadim in her first 6 months. Kerry went to Broadway for 6 months, and in the meantime Alexia came in and took over for a short stint. And when I first saw her as Elphaba, I just remember being blown away. Like, it was incredible. First that a woman of colour had been able to get the role, because, I don't know, you don't see many coloured people in theatre, leading theatres, which is a shame, but that's another topic for another day. But anyway, it was just, she was so young as well. Like, I feel like all the Elphabas I've mentioned, they've got a certain gravitas and experience. And Alexia was very young, very youthful, and her voice sounded it, but it fitted the part of Elphaba, because Elphaba is meant to be this 17, 18-year-old schoolgirl, and Alexia just looked it. Even greened up, she looked perfect for Elphaba, and her voice is so incredibly different to any other Elphabas I've heard, and I just loved her portrayal. Now, when I said Alexia in the first 6 months, she played it differently in the first 6 months to how she played it when she eventually took over the role after Kerry had left back in 2009, was it? And I feel like she had more time to grow into the role when she did it for longer, but that first 6 months I saw her so many times, and I just loved her freshness, because she obviously knew, she obviously didn't know she was going to be coming back, so she was putting everything into it and making things different and stirring things up. And like, I remember saying at the time, her chemistry with Oliver Thompson was hot. Yeah, there, As Long As You're Mine, it gave me the feels. She was just a really all-round, incredible, bright performer, and it made me excited to see what she could do with the role every time I went. And I was so excited to hear she was coming back, and then she had a slightly more mature Elphaba in Act 2. She wasn't as young portraying as she had been the first time round, but she was still awesome. Don't get me wrong, Alexia was still incredible as Elphaba. And then when she left Wicked altogether, I was like, oh, what is she going to do next? I'm so excited. And now, unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to see her in anything else. I know she's been in Book of Mormon and a few other things, but I've just been very unlucky that I haven't been able to get down to see her. But Alexia, if you're watching this, I love you very much, and thank you for a brilliant portrayal of Elphaba. And that's my top 5 Elphabas for you guys. If you agree or disagree with some of them, please comment down below and we'll have a discussion about it. I love to interact with you all. Give this video a like, comment down below like I said, and we'll have a discussion. Hit subscribe for future theatre and Disney related videos, and I will see you next time, guys. Bye!